In this table of content, one thing that is not correct, and that should be fixed first. You can see this image. This image should not be the part of this table of content, but mistakenly the heading style has been applied on this image. You see, this table of content contain the text. The placement of image here in this table of content means that this image has been applied the heading. So first let's identify the place of image. So this image may come from the UI chapter. So let's move to the user interface chapter and let's find this image. I guess this is the image. If you click on this image, you will see that this heading has been applied on this. And how I know this heading has been applied, let me magnify this. If you pay attention, this heading is selected. So it means that this image is mistakenly been applied this heading 1. This heading should not be applied on any image. So how to remove this heading? Click on this image and under this list of styles, click on that normal. When you make this normal, you will see it has gone to the default setting. Now let's go to the table of contents. Under this table of content, now anywhere in the table of content, right click and click on that update field and click on that update entire field. When we click OK, let's see what happens. And you see the image has gone. So sometime you will encounter such mistakes that you will apply the heading mistakenly on image or on any table, and that heading or image will become the part of table of content. So this is a simple way how to remove that image or table from the table of content. I hope this was easy. So the next thing I want to explain is the alignment of text. And what does that alignment means? You can simply see this text. This text is basically center aligned. By default, you can see this is center aligned. Sometimes the computer users use the spaces or tabs to bring a text to the center or to right or the left. This is not the right way. We can simply use the left, center, right are justified to align the text. But sometimes if you have to make some text to a position that is not left, that is not exact center, and that is not exactly right, that how we do this. Let's see this. But first of all, let's observe the text and just put your cursor before the D and keep pressing the backspace. You will see this is not a proper way to center align the text. So first of all, take this heading to the extreme left, and how we do this? Just simply backspace. This is now at the beginning of the page, one thing. And the second, now if you click on the left align, this will go to the extreme left. If you click on the center, it will come to the center, and if you click on the right, now this comes to the right. And now this is the exact way to align the text. But sometime, let's say if you want to bring a text to a position that is not the exact center or that is not the exact right, so you can click simple markers. Let's say I want to bring this declaration to this point, right? This is a left tab, this is a center tab, this is a right tab, this is for decimal numbers, and so on. So these tabs have different meanings. So let's say this is the marker I set here, and when I click tab in front of this text will directly come to this position. So these tabs are very handy and they play a very important role when you have to align the text on the page, and those elements will not be standard left, center or right. I hope this point is clear. Keyboard shortcut for centering the text is Ctrl E. Just bring it to the top of the page. Now press Ctrl E, and now if you pay attention, once we applied the setting on the paragraph, there was no indentation. You see the first word of the first line is starting from the extreme left, but this one is a bit to the right. Basically this is a manual space that is applied on this first line, so you can backspace one or more 2 times to bring it back. But you can apply the indentation on all the paragraphs as well. How we do this? Right click on this paragraph, modify, under the format, click on this paragraph. In this paragraph you see this is the indentation. If you want to apply indentation, you can apply the indentation, and here you specify the distance of indentation or space of the indentation. So by default is 0.5. You see the first line will be shifted, or first line will move to right 0.5 inches. Click OK and OK. You see all the paragraphs that we applied the paragraph style on has now been changed. Okay, so this is the benefit of applying the styles. Next thing that I would like to is to remove these headers. You see this header is not at its correct place and this heading is not properly formatted. So first of all, double click on this header. When you double click on this portion, header and footer both will activate. Now anything you place in the header and footer, they will be applied on all the pages in a document. Or if those headers or those pages are the part of a section, then applying or writing anything in the header and footer will apply to all the pages within a section. Let's say I remove this, and when I remove this, you see the header from all the pages has already been removed. If you want to come out of the header and footer section, just double click on the outside of the header or footer, or click on this close header. Now let's change this alignment of this text to, let's say, just shift and click home button, and this whole white space will be selected and this text will come to the extreme left. Now if you want to bring this text to the extreme right, or you want to apply right align, then press Ctrl R. Then this text will go to the right side of the page. You can apply the same thing on this text as well. So if you come down here, you notice the table of content has been shifted to the previous page, and we want to move this table of content to the next page. And how we do this? By applying the page break. Control enter or go to the layout tab, and under the breaks click page break. Once you click the page break, you will see that this whole text has been moved to the next page.